Welcome, everybody. Let's get everything set up here.
Hi, Don.
Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people, 10 people maybe. All right, let me get the right page up over here to share. And the right tag. Okay. All right. Well, first of all, anybody who's here who's never worked with me before, we don't do beat you up critiques. We try to help you enjoy your work and also find the solutions to the challenges yourselves by some of the critiques that we give here. So we're just going to ask and go down this row here. I see Alex is here. Is Valdez here? Shivani, is Shivani here yet? She should be here. Matt Crowder, is Matt here? Okay. So I suppose what I could do is do a search here, right?
Yeah, Don, if you click that hashtag, you'll get an option. You got to kind of do a couple more clicks after that, but it's pretty straightforward.
Just go from the bottom here. What would you guys like me to do? I don't criticize. I don't criticize at all. I review. I generally don't review if the photographer is not here, but I'm thinking for this kind of class, I should just take a look at everybody's work. Do you all agree?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think so. I'm there.
Don, did you get mine?
Say it again, guys. My mute was on.
This is Mark, Don. Did you get mine?
Did I get yours?
Yeah.
I didn't get any. You're supposed to post it here on Facebook with the hashtag.
Yeah, I thought I had. Okay, well, I'll try it again right now.
All right. Well, who is this, Mark?
Yep.
Mark Lund?
Nope.
Oh, there are the photos there. If you do see all, those should be all the images people uploaded.
Yeah, they're not.
Just
though.
below.
They're not. Oh my. That's weird.
Do you see where it says all photos just below, Don?
Say it
Just where
again?
you were. Do you see where it said view all photos? If you scroll down, just there, photos, and you can see all. That should bring them all up.
View all photos.
There. Just
A little bit, right there. See all.
there.
See
See where it says-
all.
Yeah, try that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That ain't all of
Is
them.
that not?
No,
No,
but
I
look
can
at public photos. Try public photos, see all.
That seems better, doesn't it?
There we go.
All right. Well, I'm
I just
gonna go-
reposted mine with that hashtag.
Maybe just a refresh might do it.
I can do that.
So Alex, are you having
Yeah.
the 8 o'clock cheering?
I am, yeah. I can just
We
step
just finished-
outside and you can listen to it. There you go.
Yeah, we just did ours.
Can you hear that?
It just lasted.
Don't know if you can hear that.
No.
No, it's too quiet probably.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Yeah.
just going to go.
We had it for like a minute on our.
I'm just going to go through all the pictures, make a few comments, and if I get to your picture and you have a question or want another comment or something like that, just hit your mute button and take yourself off mute and jump in the conversation. So this is something Ben worked on to get the texture out of this. I believe it's some sort of metal industrial thing.
I thought he posted that it was a plastic dish rack drainer from IKEA in one of his responses below. I thought I read
Oh,
that
okay.
earlier. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Silverware drying rack, huh? I'll tell you, Ben, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I would definitely hold on to this for a composite at some point. I could see a beer being poured here above this texture. Could be really, really cool. Great job, sir. And Stephanie from down Southern Arizona. This is really well done. I like the way the light is lighting up the tequila here. This works really well. This little kicker that she's got from this side. You see the blue right here? And you see the blue over there? That blue doesn't really exist. This is a photograph that she's composited on. And yet that tiny little bit of blue really sells it, because we know as sure as we're sitting here that that blue is a reflection of that wall over there. And that's all it takes, is to sell it like that. That little blue in here, really well done. Nicely done, Steph. Beautiful backlighting on the tequila. And of course, tequila is just a lovely item anyway by itself. Should be, these days should be imbibed in high quantities. The Disarno, okay, I'm kind of liking the
Yeah.
Padrino a little bit better.
The Disaronno was just a practice shot that I had done. The final shot was the tequila.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I just don't see Stephanie as a Disarana girl. Might as well use the gift stuff to set up the light. Very nice. Lovely tequila shot. Oh, here we go. Don Fidel. There's a name I haven't heard in a while, Don. Glad to see your name back here. This is really nice. We got the texture in the shirts, the highly starched shirts, and of course the beautiful texture of the onyx, which is reflected several different ways here. Hard reflection, soft reflection. Nicely done. Janice Eddington in Texas. Beautiful example of why backlight and food right there. Top, backlight, and food. There are other ways to shoot food, most of them wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Any way you want to shoot it and it looks great is good, but top, back will make any food look great. Love the shiny texture of the tomatoes and the textury wood. Ooh, old tools, like old tools. Matt Crowder. Matt is a new name. So welcome, Matt. Looks really nice in here. You know, the old tools, stuff that really gets me is the stuff like that. We get that little highlight down there. Do you see it? Just a little bit, just to tell us that there's some dimension in the shot. Don't need to see any more than that. That's just plenty right there. Got great highlights across the top. All of the wrenches look good. They're all reflecting Matt's top backlighting. Forward shaped shadows. Nicely done. Bill Pepper and some specular. There's this There's some specular. Is this leather, Alex, or?
No, it's an old cooking tray.
Oh, okay.
Like a,
So,
I
and
don't
your
know what
this
you
is
call it.
natural
Fan.
light, like window light?
No, that isn't actually. That's in a softbox.
It's a softbox?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you just brought this in right to the edge.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Look at the highlights on the bell pepper. There's just no doubt about the shininess of this bell pepper because of the speculars. The transition on the speculars between the specular itself and the true value of the red bell pepper is kind of sharp. And when it's sharp, that tells us that it's shiny. Very cool. I love red bell peppers. Phyllis Charney, another new name. Well, this is very nice. We got a little bit of sparkle on the top of this. If this is your image, just jump in, folks, and let me know what you were doing. Got a little bit up here, but we do have the light is tending to come from the front here. And when it does that, we don't get the shine off the onion. It's not going to shine to us because angle of incident to the onion and angle of reflection, it goes off there. So this onion can be very juicy and very fresh looking, but we're not going to see that because the light needs to come from back here so that it comes into the lens, vibrates into the lens. I do love the old grill on the background though. That's really nice. Really nice. All right. Rainy Mills. These,
Hey, Dan.
how are you?
Good.
How long did you work on this? This stuff's a mess. Isn't it? I mean, you can't even
It is a
breathe on
mess.
this stuff.
Yeah, it is a mess. It's took me forever, and I'm like, oh, and any little movement, it would fly everywhere.
There is a YouTube, I believe, that shows how these makeup folks do this. And I think it involves hairspray.
Oh, to
So
keep it in place, that would make sense.
yeah, just a little, you spray it. You don't spray the spray. You don't spray this. You spray over it and it just sort of falls and locks it into place. I believe it's hairspray. I think it's on YouTube.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, yeah. You've seen the ones. These are bad. The ones that are even worse are the ones that are the liquid like base or something. And they'll make a little shape out of it. Yeah, try that sometime. That's a lot of fun. No, but if you cool it off, put it in the refrigerator, then you get a much easier to slide it around. Good. I like you. We're seeing texture though. Look at the texture. We're seeing the texture, but it's just a little too messy.
It's very messy, and I was like, it's already there. Forget it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do this over carpet, folks. Don't do it over carpet. All right, Mark Lund. Wow, man, that's nice. That's nice.
It was
great
delicious.
backlight. So we get all the wonderful highlights through here, all the way through the pizza. Pizza looks fresh. Still looks hot. How hot was it, Mark, at this point?
It was hot, maybe 2 or 3 minutes out of the oven.
Yeah, you were right at the edge there. You got about 2.5 minutes. And then the cheese starts to get kind of congealed. You can bring it back with a...
I did a cheese. Good.
Well, I'm saying you can bring it back with a hot blower, little acetylene torch or something that blows really, really hot air. It has to be hotter than a hair dryer usually.
Yeah.
And you can, and they make these things, these tools, and you can bring it back. But what were you saying?
I did a cheese pull shot. I was able to get a cheese pull, but it was the first time I did one, and I pulled it from the left side instead of the right, so the light was behind it, so I lost the detail on the camera side of it. I got the cheese to pull, which was an accomplishment, but I learned on the lighting to do it from the other side next time.
Yep. Here's Tommy Howell. We don't know Tommy. Tommy's a new name. Welcome, Tommy. Great little fill to this side. Just gives us the peel. The peel looks really great up here. We lost a little texture right there. I'd like not to lose that texture. You didn't in the reflection, but you did up here. You might want to bring this down in Lightroom just enough that we still see the great highlight, but we don't lose the texture right in that area right there.
All right, thanks, Don.
Yeah, sure. It shows you, it shows the texture, doesn't it? Really well.
Yes, it does.
Very nicely done. And I really like these just really simple shots, man. If you guys are new to tabletop, or you're just trying to work back into tabletop, a single grapefruit, a single orange, a single green onion can be a really, really a blast to work with. So good job, Tom.
Thank you.
Glenn Harris. Glenn, are you here? Nope. I love the detail. I don't know if it's too shallow. I'm wondering if it's too shallow when we get these little lonely ones down here and they're out of focus. If it looks good on screen, really, really shallow. Let's say you're shooting it at f2.4, 2.8, and it looks really, really, really good on screen. Understand that it's going to look better with backlit pixels than it is in a print. So if you go to print this, just think of it intellectually. About 85% of the image is out of focus. When you make a hard print and you look at it, it starts to go, oh boy, there's a lot of out of focus pixels here. On the screen, it looks great. I think I would have taken it down just a little bit, Glenn, and kept those edges right through here, sharp, right into here. You're still going to have some depth of field. You know, you're still going to be soft back here. There's no doubt about it. It's still going to be soft, but you're going to have at least this bell pepper in focus. And that can make a big difference. Greg Reeves.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Greg. This is cool. Is this built into the wood?
It is. It's a custom cutting board that a friend of mine made.
Oh, okay. Nice watch. Nicely lit. You're going to hate me now.
Go ahead. Let me have it. Yeah.
Yep. That's as brutal as I can be on the shot. Other than those two little dust specks, I got to go.
Yeah.
Shot looks really good. It's got some design to it. You got these things lined up here. You got this lined up here. And then you have this wild card going through. It's really fun. You might think of a little bit of a vignette, Greg.
Okay.
Just a little bit of a vignette.
Sure.
Because our eyes are, this is the same here, here, and here. It's all the same. We have a dark subject. And so our eyes tend to spread out across the image, where if we brought that down a little bit and brought that up. And when I say a vignette, I don't want to see it. I just want to feel it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we see it, then we're looking like we're doing baby pictures or something.
I call bonus points for having the hands at 10 and 2.
Oh yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is the only time this is I think this is not set up for photography, this is when Greg starts drinking. So
You know me too well, man.
we had a conversation about it, and I said 10 after 10 is too early, and you said no. I said no, 10:15. It's got to be 10:15.
Don,
Yeah, very nicely done.
All
Don,
right, thanks, Don.
Don,
Yes, yes.
can I ask a quick question about watches? So for the second hand, do
Uh-huh.
you try and line the second hand up with one of those other hands?
The second hand doesn't have really the custom of the 10 after 10. The reason of the 10 after 10 on watch shots is it puts a frame around the logo
Mm-hmm.
in
I see.
98 of 100 watches. Okay.
What if the logo's below?
If the logo is below, then this won't hurt it at all.
Okay.
But if you're asking would they do that with it, some will, some will, but
Right.
that also looks sad, right?
Yeah, it does.
And when you come and you're looking at a watch and you see this nice little smile, it's just part
So
of
the second
deal.
hand can be anywhere. It doesn't have to
Just
be
pretty
lining up
much.
with
Well,
the
right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
I've heard somewhere around 35 seconds
Yeah.
because the
Oh, okay.
opposite end of the second hand is also not fighting with the logo. The short end of the second hand. That
Right.
makes
But
sense.
if the logo was below, you wouldn't want it down there, would you?
No,
Presumably?
and you
I'm
don't
saying
want
like-
it to be.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be a continuation of that angle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because then it's
Okay.
basically it's a oh darn it, my brain tangent. If it comes straight
Right.
out, it's a tangent.
Okay.
And for
Cool,
those of you
thanks.
who are wondering, yes, I do have a brain. I'm kidding. John McAllister. No, I don't know. Okay, so John's came in very tight here. Look at this beautiful wood caught back here and up here. And then the texture of the shiny tin and the raised letters all the way through here really looks good, John. Boy, I'm sure glad, John, I'm seeing you behind a camera again. I'm sure glad to see you behind the camera. Here we go. This is somebody's. Oh, this
That
is
was,
your,
yeah, that was my behind the scenes shot for
Okay.
the pizza.
cool. Andre Ullman, red. Looks like red onion here, and then peeled off pieces of red onion. I think that I'm going to say the same thing as the previous one. The depth of field is so shallow that so much of it is out of focus that it's just too out of focus. For commercial work, it would be pretty hard to do this. And the way I would tell you to look at it is pick up any of the natural light food magazines, something like Real Simple, which is, I would say 100% natural light, or at least 90% natural light, and lots of shallow depth of field, but you'll notice that the food still is in focus. Backgrounds can go out of focus, but the food is still in focus. And the other thing is to take one of your prints, shoot it at 2.4 or something, shoot it and then print it. And the moment it comes off the printer, you'll see instantly what I mean. Looks so good on the screen. Doesn't look that great on the printer. However, if you're shooting for the screen, then what the heck, right? If your client is, you're shooting headers for a website, then knock yourself out. Here we got Kath Smith. Nicely done light on both sides. And I really think this is great. That little highlight right there coming from on this side over here. Got a nice bright highlight down this side. And then this goes into shadow here. And then we pick up the white card that she's using. You can see it right over here. We pick up the white card that she's using, and it's very sharp edges. Those very sharp edges remind us that this is very, very shiny because it's a hard cutoff on the specular transition. It's softer over here because her light's coming down from the top, not from the side. So this, what you're seeing here, this is not being lit by that little light over there. This is being lit by this. And it has a fall off on the edge. So we have a fall off on the transitions through here.
That's actually a light and two pieces of paper reflecting. So the bit above is just a bit of paper.
The what?
The above is a little bit of paper just kicking a little bit of light into the rim on the top.
Okay, so you're using
Because it
this
was
light
going
over
too
here?
dark.
This light
Yeah,
over here? Right.
Yep.
Yep. And then this, because this bowl comes down, you can see it's a little bit sharper here. You can see it's very sharp here. But this bowl is being ambient filled as well as by the light then by this area in front. Because once we get to the back where it's just the white card, it is absolutely sharp, like a knife drawing. Very cool.
Nice.
Very nice. And yellow gloves. Whose are these? These are Frank Griezer's. Frank. Frank's
How you do, Don?
Hi, Frank. I was just going to say Frank's a really good photographer. It's always fun to see what he comes up with.
This was kind of quick. It's just a LED flashlight and breaking across those gloves on a table.
Mm-hmm. We got all kinds of texture. All kinds of texture. And then we have the very shiny reflection here to tell us about the table.
My wife would prefer they looked a little more worked gloves, but
well, tell your wife there's nothing stopping her from putting them on and getting some work.
Right, happy wife, happy life.
That's
I'll
right.
pass that along. I'll pass that. Thanks for doing this, Don. I really appreciate it. I'm sure everybody else does too.
Oh,
It's really nice.
not a problem. I'm just looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to the other side of this. But I also saw some people going, oh man, I'm so bored. And I'm thinking, it's only week 1, folks. Let's not get crazy. Week 1 should be a walk in the park. I'm just confused of what's going to happen like around, May the 15th. And I'll say, here's a shot of some liquor. That's not liquor, you jerk. It's like, I don't know.
It's Scotch.
Yeah, that's right.
All
right, who's Mark Shaw?
In a
Mark?
few weeks, the veggies are going to look kind of rotten.
I think my actual shot might be further on down.
All right, we'll get to that then. Oh, and here's Greg's stuff. I think what we'll do in the future is when you load your image, then put your behind the scenes in your comment. And then just like Kath Smith's, it'll show up right over here. That'll be perfect.
Okay.
And we'll be able to see it. Nicely done. What is this panel, Greg?
Yeah, it's an LED panel.
In a softbox?
Yeah, it's got a little softbox attached to it.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of spring-loaded. It fits on those newer LED panels. Got it around here somewhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
I used to get yelled at by my assistants for leaning fill cards against my camera.
That was just to hold the iPhone.
Ask me if I ever stopped leaning fill cards against my camera. No.
Huh.
I'd probably do it
Living
today.
life on the edge.
Yeah, that's
There
right.
you go.
Field cards, we don't need those stinking field cards. All right, Carmen's behind the scene. So Carmen, before we get to your image then, is this behind the scene, is this window light coming through your?
Yes.
Nice. So there in France, you already have kind of diffused light and then you're diffusing it again then, right?
Well, where my studio kind of faces north,
Uh-huh.
so I just have nice light regardless.
Okay. And when you put up the diffuser, what does it cut, about 1.5 stops or 2 stops?
Let's stop and a half.
Stop and a half.
Yeah.
And so we'll find your image here in a minute, I'm sure. Alex Baker's beautiful. Look at that. Wow. That's very nice. Hi, baby. You have to go out now.
Sit on your lap.
No, you can't sit on my lap. Go get grandma.
Why?
Go tell her that you need grandma. Go.
Why? Why?
Cause you can't be in here. Okay, bye. Alex, beautiful.
Thanks.
Edge
Yeah.
is lovely. We're gonna have to say
It was
hi.
one of those moments where I was going for something totally different and I'd set it up and I just saw this light coming in the window and I was like, ooh, that's really nice. So but it was too dark. So I just moved the softbox to mimic the window.
Okay, so then this is softbox.
This is a softbox, yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Do
I
you know?
tried to get more fill on the other side, but it just wasn't showing really. I don't know. I probably needed to get it much closer, but
Well, if this is not as glossy as it looks.
no,
Is
it
it?
came straight out the fridge and it had this what do you call it, condensation on it. So that kind of
Yep.
made it more matte.
So it's totally diffusion then.
Hmm.
How did you get that to stand?
I used a newborn baby composite technique where so I held it by my fingertip from the top and then I held it at the bottom and then just blended them together in Photoshop.
Oh, got it. I had to shoot, this is a long time ago. I had a commercial assignment I did, and I had to shoot playground equipment. And one of the things I had to shoot was a hula hoop. And so I had an assistant hold the top of it, and because this was film, and so it was a mess. So on count of 3, he had to pull his finger off, and I had to take a picture before it fell over.
Oh, how many times I had these little racing bikes, little pedal, dirt bikes, and they wanted the kids to look like they were flying over, and it was film. So you'd get them in position, and they'd have to lift their legs up and get the shot because we about a half second before the thing would tumble over, and we had to make sure the kids didn't fall and hurt themselves.
Making magic back in the day.
Yeah, very nice.
Thanks.
Such a beautiful design. It was something really simple. Mark Lund's got some green peppers.
Yeah, I took a shot of that before I made the pizza.
And the very shiny knife blade here is just a reflection of the light source.
Yeah, and I had a white card that I was looking through the lens, and I brought the white card in just where I could see the modeling light hitting the white card above the knife, but not getting on the peppers.
Nice. Did a nice job, Mark. What lens were you using for that?
My 50.
Yeah. And if you guys notice, that 50 just looks so natural here. The wide angle would pull these, and a longer lens would shorten up and just sort of flatten these green peppers so you wouldn't have as much dimension here. 50 is one of the best lenses for tabletop for sure. Chuck Burke. Chuck, are you here? I don't know what that is, Chuck.
Looks like some sort of face
Hey,
on
Don.
like a tin.
Oh, okay.
Don, this is Mike. I remember when Chuck posted that. That's a piece of glass that his wife created.
Oh, okay. So it does have texture in the glass. Yeah. Cool, Chuck. Flora. Is Flora here? Well, Flora's using this very ultra shiny item. And we can tell that it's ultra shiny because, again, transition from specular to true value is sharp. Where over here, there is no specular because it's a diffuse subject. The light is just smushed everywhere in the diffuse subject. Here, it's just simply bouncing off, and this part of the black item is not reflecting anything. And so it comes out black. I like that. Like that simple approach there, Flora. Oh, Mildred's ice cream bars. Oh, yummy.
Mhm.
Really like the way the textures in here feel so real. The bite's real. That's nice. And then she used the texture of the paper as well to give it a really dynamic uh, uh, something to sit on. However, Mildred, I think I would have you take that out, that little bit of white right up there. The reason is it's too small by itself, and it doesn't really say anything, so it's not doing anything positive. But if we take it out, then the ice cream bars are going up into the black, and they're going to feel stronger when you take that little piece of paper out. They're going to feel much, much stronger. Right here along this edge, if that's ice cream, fine. If it's paper, I would sort of take it out. As a matter of fact, I think I would take it out anyway. And then using a non-destructive burn dodge, I'd put a little highlight on top of this one right in here, and maybe right down here, and maybe right down there. Just a little bit of a highlight so that it's not so flat. Nice shot. Yeah, let's see what we got. All right, this is a piece of meat. Are you here? Jean-Pierre? Piece of meat. I love the light coming back from back here. Isn't that great? That one little thing just helps sell this picture. So beautiful. Got some light coming in over the back. So we see the shininess of the pork or beef or whatever this is here that's being cut. Oh, it looks like prosciutto. Ooh, you can cut me a slice of that. Great texture in the meat through here. And then we get to see the texture of the steel. Look at that. So this is a little bit shiny there. So we have a pretty quick transition. But over here, the transition is very slow. See how soft the transition is from the reflection of this meat. That's what this is here, is a reflection of this meat back here. It's not sharp. If this was chrome plated, it would be absolutely sharp. We would see that meat back into that wheel. Very good. Very nice. That's Chuck's behind the scene. And that's a behind the scene for Food Photo Life. So we'll wait and see what that looks like. Here's Shivani's shot. Okay. These little areas of black here are vital, because if they don't exist there, if we don't have these little absolute negatives, you see how when I say absolute negative, how sharp the transition is? If we get rid of all of those, then they could be painted yellow and we wouldn't know that they're gold plated. It would have no depth to it. So you've got to retain these. Whenever you're shooting something glossy or something super shiny like gold or silver, it's not a matter of getting rid of the negatives or the black areas. It's managing them, because you're going to have them. Now, Shivani chose an uneven surface, an uneven surface. That's my house, but an uneven surface here to do this on. So she has this intimate view of these little pieces here, and yet she has an infinite amount of reflections because they're going every which way. So if you want to control these, control your items, and then you can control those right here. If she moves the box to fix this, it's going to make a mess over here. And if she moves a mess to fix this, it's going to make a mess down here, wherever. It's just, and they're rounded as well. So be very, very careful and plan your shot. Make sure you know what you want to do with that shot. Cody. Cody's got, this is interesting what she's done here with the sharp pins up front and the very out of focus pins in the back. Definitely, definitely deliberate. This guy looks pretty much in focus. I can't really tell if that's in focus. This would be very important to not lose that tip. Not lose it. You can do what you want with this back here. That's fine. It's kind of clever in a way. It's got its kind of a neat, fun look to it, these in front of it. But if you lose this right up front, then we've lost the idea that this is the subject. We still know it intellectually, but visually, it's in and out of focus throughout the picture. I know a lot of photographers spend a lot of time on what's in focus behind their subject. I will warn you to spend as much time devoted to what's in focus in front of your subject, because it all makes a difference. Ooh, lovely. Sarah, of course, it's Sarah. We have this, look how sharp that is against that soft background. That's the whole point of it right there. These guys are the hero. They're in focus. They're designed and set up. And wow, you found some perfect tomato stars. Real pretty. Highlights, looks like lighting from the back, top back. Not getting any audio from you, Sarah.
How about now?
Yep.
Yep.
You're good.
So the one in the back wasn't perfect. That's why I went to the back.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yep.
and the light came in from the back, a softbox in the back. And then I put some cards to bounce fill on the sides.
Looks like we got one down over here.
Yep.
And
I had
maybe
one
over-
like under the camera basically bouncing in.
Okay, so that's this one. And this one. And then we got that little one right there. You got one over here?
Yes, I had one over there. Yep.
Okay.
And then after all was said and done, I took one right under the stem to kick a little light under there.
Under
and
here.
just composited them together.
All right. I was going to ask you about that.
Yep.
Because you really made that stem just pop and sparkle.
Yeah, it was pretty dark without it, so I added that. I composited at the end.
I like compositing better than dodging.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know?
Yep. I find it easier.
Well, you got more control.
Yeah.
Dodging just seems like it always affects the color. Beautifully done.
Thanks, sir.
Super happy with that. Terry McDermott. Oh, another name from a while ago. How are you, Terry?
Hey, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, how are you doing? Are you recovering well?
So far.
That's good.
So far, there seems to be a bit of memory issue. I forget things like take the dog for a walk and
Oh no.
mow the lawn.
Oh yeah, those important things.
Yeah, I try to gently explain it to my wife. Is I fell.
Well, yeah, you had a concussion.
Yeah, that's see. I'll call you next. Boy, you get to these days where there's supposedly no work, and there's sure a lot of stuff left to do. I love this right here. You decided to drop it out of focus back here with the background just to really feature the part where it's in focus.
Yes.
Now, this is a bracelet, I take it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
It's
cool.
about an inch wide.
And is this rain?
Rain? Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, this morning it's pouring rain. And I actually should have played with it more, but it was raining and I didn't want to be wet. So
What is the lighting?
afternoon shade,
Okay,
light, kind of a bright shade.
very nice. Where are you located again?
South of Portland, Oregon.
Yep.
So this was the official picture was in the bright afternoon shade. And then the one this morning was kind of really super bright white clouds with rain. Actually turned out kind of a nice coloring, but.
Yeah.
That's with my cell phone.
Yeah, I was going to say your depth of field is very cell phone-ish here.
Yep. Yep. And see, it's a really unusual bracelet. So I was trying to show in the other picture that there was the folding inside in the back too.
Cool. Nicely done.
Thank you very much. Thanks for doing this for all of us.
Oh, you're welcome. Hope somebody finds it enjoyable and learns something. And
Oh, I'm excited.
Keith Emmons. Keith, are you out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Really nice, Keith.
Thank you.
So you're backlighting this
Right.
with window, or is this softbox?
It's a softbox through. I think this is just a softbox. I don't remember if I had somewhere there's a BTS. This is just a softbox. I don't have the transfer.
Okay, so it's just a softbox. Let's see if we're lucky and get your BTS. It jumped your picture last time.
How weird.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a thought that I have. I love the way the light looks like it's coming from the back. This is one of the staples of food photography. The feeling that the viewer is in a kitchen with a big window open. That's the feeling, and that's the feeling we have here. But I think I would take it from about here down to there, just a little bit darker like you have over here, and then pop these tops just a little bit brighter. Even if you have to cut them out a little bit, move them up, just pop that light a little bit brighter because it feels so good down in here. And that guy, look at that guy. He just looks great in there. The knife looks great with the light going down both sides of it. And then you've got a white card for Phil to the left.
Yeah, and then I've also got a mirror in there too.
Oh, okay.
To reflect further into the head of broccoli.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask if it was a aluminum card instead of a white card.
Yeah, it's a combination of that and a mirror.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Let's see. And this is Robert's. And Robert has the light going all the way over the top of this thing. So we're getting light back over here. The way it's lit is beautiful. Shooting bread is harder to do than you think, especially when it's a bread and you're gonna slice it, kind of rustic slices, the whole bit. Feels really good. The texture of the bread feels good, and the beautiful light at the top of it. And it falls over and gets a little bit dark there, and then the bread itself and some fill lighten up over here, and that gives it shape, real shape.
Cool. I'll tell him he's working on something else right now. Couldn't be here, but I'll let him know.
Yeah, it's one thing if I tell you it's good.
Yeah.
When she tells you it's good, it's good.
Yeah, it was one of the things he was talking about because I just have the Judy lights. Really have Judy likes this shot, so he was thrilled with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Let's see what we got going here. Oh, there's behind the scenes to Cody's. All right. There's this guy I used to know. Nick something. Oh yeah, Nick
Scooter.
Nick Gyrone.
Yeah. I was sent here from Flickr, some guy
Where ya?
named Wizard Whoopi or something.
Wizard Whoopi.
That was the
You know,
guy.
I'm gonna
Something like
remember that, buddy. This guy is a marvelous photographer, just a wonderful photographer. And I don't care what it is he turns his lens on. This is just really cool, Nick. Beautiful job. And
Thank you.
you chose to do black and white, which, you know, once I look at it, I would never want to see this picture in color. It's a black and white photograph.
Yep.
Knowing you, is this film or?
You know what? You're gonna die on this one. This is with the Samsung Galaxy 9 and Snapseed.
Oh, yeah, very cool. Yeah, man, really nice. The angle is cool. The reflections are cool. The shadows are cool. Everything about it just really, really works. Good. Boy, it's
Thank
nice
you.
to see a picture with a name Nick drawn next to it. Need to see more of those, buddy.
Yeah, I might dust off a camera or something like that, or a light or something like that.
Yeah, need to see more of that. Nicely done. Oh, and here is Carmen's natural window light with the scrim. Wow, this is really pretty, Carmen.
Thank you.
Did you do anything to the leaf, like spray it with anything, or is it just?
No. It was a really pretty perfect leaf when I found it, and I had it clamped in the studio like forever.
Mm.
And then I was shooting this jewelry for a local artist. And I thought, you know, this the shiny matte thing came up, I'm thinking this is perfect.
Yep. There's just enough shine to that leaf to give us brights and darks. Just enough. It's not a totally matte surface. It's not a shiny surface. It's definitely a sort of extreme middle part of the ability to the reflectivity of the subject. We call it efficiency. The most reflective items in here are very efficient. That's these shiny things, these polished steel. They're very efficient. So we get absolute, if we were to blow these things up, we could probably see Carmen's studio in them.
Oh yeah, you can see me in that, the light colored one.
This one
In
here?
the middle there. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, because they're extremely efficient. Where the leaf, of course, could still reflect Carmen from where she's standing, but it doesn't because it's not efficient. But it's also not dull. If it was dull, totally dull, we wouldn't get these highlights and little crevices that are there. So cool. We'll have to come back to this if there's Sophie, Timo, Sophie's shot. Sophie, are you there?
She had to leave.
Sophie's down quite low here, so we get this sort of mountainous amount of nuts, which looks pretty cool. And we see the different textures of the nuts. That one having a nice highlight on it. This one have a softer highlight on it. Here we're back to a kind of a shiny. So we see the different surfaces. This has no highlight on it at all. We get the way the different surfaces reflect the same light, because we know in our subconscious, we know what those different reflectivities mean. Cool, Tommy Howell. Nice to have you with us here, Tommy, if you're here.
Thank you, Don.
Hey, good. Looks like top back. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so big softbox behind, and then that little white card was holding basically front center, bouncing some light in for Phil.
Where'd your shot go, Tommy?
I don't know.
What in the world? Well, let me see if I do this. Do this one more time. Come on. I don't want to say anything disparaging about Facebook, but damn, guys.
There we go.
I'm seeing
Well,
a
you
whole
know,
bunch of stuff that we've missed here.
their budget's really limited.
Yeah, cutting back, are they? Yeah, really beautiful, big, soft light above. And then the surface that you've got on is somewhat efficient. So this big gray mass we see here is really that big softbox as well.
Right.
And then what you see under here, folks, this looks like a shadow, right? It's really not a shadow. It's a reflection of the underside of this potato. Because this is an efficient surface, it's seeing the gray you see here is the softbox. So all the potato is doing is stopping the softbox from being reflected by having the potato jut out over it, and the same with the garlic. Not shadow, underside reflection. No light on it, so it comes back dark. Very cool, sir.
Thank you, sir. And thanks for doing this.
You are quite welcome. Catherine Dunlop. Hi, Catherine, if you're out there. Catherine is one of our newest Project 52 folks. She starts in May. Glad to have her on board. This is very nice. I love the detail. I always get excited about the little stuff like that. That's so cool. Seeing how this light works right through here, and we see the seam on that little shovel so well. Really nicely done. Really nicely done. Good job. And that's the way to do it. Just go through your cupboards and find stuff and take pictures of it. I will tell you that next week's assignment is to gather 10 to 15 pieces of stuff thrown away. So side of the road, side of the railroad tracks, not organic. So no, we don't want any garbage, whatever. But we're going to do a still life of junk, just junk. So if you have junk around your house, you're ahead of the game. All right. Julia.
It's me. Yep. I have
How are you?
two. Yeah. What's that?
I said, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Lovely light.
Thank you.
I love the way these have these little backlight things to them.
Hi, Papa.
And this right in here, this is beautiful. Excuse me just for a minute, guys. Hi, baby.
Why did he run in here?
Why did Diggy run in here?
Yeah.
I don't
He
know.
was out here.
He was, huh?
Yeah, sleeping.
Grandma? Wow, I love the design of this too.
Thank you.
20 simultaneously.
That building that little thing, little triangle, and then nestling the green down in there. It's really beautiful from a whole lot of standpoints.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, Nicely done. Oh, there we are with Keith's behind the scenes shot. Very good. That's got to be a behind the scenes shot, is it? Mike Thompson, what is this? Mike, is this behind the scenes or what?
Yes, sorry. I was getting coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, that was that's the behind the scenes. That was I was playing around on my desk this morning, and it really wasn't intended for the project until I saw well, the texture, I guess. And I was like, you know what? I'll turn it in. Why not?
Why not?
But
we'll see the shot here in a minute, I'm sure.
yeah, I think there's two of them, and there's like two behind the scenes. I have crap all over my desk, just all over it, and so I was doing stuff with crap.
Well, why not?
And a pencil, crap and a pencil.
Yep, why not?
Yep.
Jorge, buddy, you out there? It's middle of the night for Jorge. Cool shot, Jorge. Cool shot. I like, at first it looks somewhat, has depth to it, but then you realize, nope, it's just paint on a wall. That's very fun. Arnold Gallardo, you out there? Really pretty, Arnold. Lovely shot. I love all the textures you have, from the super glossy to the super matte in here. And then the background has this sort of matte thing going on. The old wallet has a different efficiency going on here. Wow. So much. Really great shot and well composed, sir.
He always finds really good surfaces.
I know, it looks like it's a suitcase. That's really cool.
Ah, it could be a suitcase, huh?
Yeah, if you look in his behind the scenes there in the comments, I think there's wheels in the upper left.
I think
there.
you're right.
Yeah, and that looks pretty cool. It like Kevlar look or something.
Well, it's going to be a long time before he uses them again. Might as well make backgrounds out of them. Valdez. I don't know what the HHVV stands for, but really pretty shot. Well done, octopus. So shiny in here. We get all the gloss off the octopus. Little bit of shine from the wet wood, and then the dry wood around it really sets off the texture of the octopi. Jay, you here, Jay?
He said on the message that he had to step out and he was going to be back for the night's call.
Okay. Yeah, this was really nice. Nicely done, Jay. Sorry. Nicely done. I like the way you use the shadow here as a design element in the image. I like it a lot. I think it's very cool. Jorge again. And not here. Jorge, I got to talk to you about that because I don't know what this is. That's kind of cool. We have an escaped banana from John McAllister.
That's nice.
Yeah, Daniel knows how to shoot food. This guy's been shooting food he had a
Thanks,
food
Don.
blog for a number of years and shot probably 4 food shots a week for that thing. And he and his wife were putting out recipes on it. I think he had to move or something, but he's kind of starting back up again, I understand. Yeah.
Hey, hey, Don. I think you've got me confused with another Daniel.
Oh, okay.
You do Daniel Fenwick that's in Reno.
That's,
one you're
yep,
thinking.
Daniel Fenwick. I'm sorry, Daniel Franks. Sorry,
That's okay.
buddy.
No worries.
Yeah. Well, it's still a beautiful shot.
Thank you. And thanks for hosting this class.
You're very welcome. Really, really like the highlights and the tomatoes. And then we get down to this thing that should be, in our mind, should be very glossy. And it's not because it's old. The patina has set in and taken away the high gloss of the silver. And very good, by the way, with the salt. You guys, all when you're shooting food, shooting regular table salt is not advised. Use a thicker or natural salt like this because you really can't see table salt, but you can see this kind of salt. Is there behind the scenes, Daniel, or is this?
Yes, there is a behind the scenes, but I don't know where it is in the order.
Okay. By the way, this was Sarah Flannery's behind the scenes that we looked at. Really nice. Donna, real pretty. Love the highlight on the statue here, coming around here, bright here. Then looks like the wood itself is bright coming in here, and then look at the lovely highlights. We know this was highly polished wood. We know it because we can see the highlights and we can see the edges, the transitions. I like it, Donna. Nicely done. All right, Ling Messer. We see the texture of the fruit. Looks like we got a light coming from this side and we got a light coming from this side. Cross lighting in here, putting highlights on both sides of each fruit. But blocking it off from over here so that we have our one main shadow going that way. So those lights back there like that. This light up front just a little bit, but blocked off so it's only lighting up the fruit. You can see the shadow under here. Cool. David, are you here? Last year we gave away a free Project 52 membership, and it was kind of a name in the hat kind of thing. And the young man won. David Still won. And then he called me about a week later and said, well, the problem is I'm not a photographer, I'm a CGI artist. And I said, well, if you want to give it a shot, you can. So what you're seeing there, folks, is not leather. That is David Still creating something out of nothing. It's quite a good, and his CGI work now is so photographic that I think he's going to do very well. And as he starts his career up. Another one from Jay, beautiful highlights down in here. Shiny rim. And then the texture floor and stuff. Good.
Just another behind the scenes, Don.
Just having fun with it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Eileen Thomas. We have an Eileen Thomas photograph here. Real pretty. I love this background. I don't know what it is. Looks like some sort of rock, something. And when you're doing jewelry on this kind of background here, I would suggest that there's two ways of doing. One is very editorial, which is what you're seeing here now, kind of an editorial freewheeling approach to it. And the other would be very would be advertising. Now this might work for editorial. It might work just fine for editorial. But for advertising, I would have under each one of these, I'd have a little disc. So if that was our main disc, that would match it for angle, and that would match it for angle. The same down here. That would match it for angle, and that would match it for angles coming through here. Because you're going to want the light to be the same on all three of these. And this way, the light is different on this one. There's a little bit of dark here, a little bit of light up here, and a lot of dark, and light on the left side, dark on the right side. We want them to be lit the same in advertising, which would be doing this for a jewelry store or any kind of work like that. It has to be so perfect that it's more perfect than perfect, if you can imagine. Really pretty. I love the light and the color. Wow, great. Another Valdez, another J. I'll say this now, I'll say it again. Guys, just do one shot. We got so many people coming on that I can't spend enough time on everybody's if everybody's going to turn in more than one. This is really nice. Barb, you up there in the Great North? Barb is up in Flagstaff, which they just recently got some snow. Perfect Timo shot. This is Timo. Light, and color. Nice, man. Look at that. And what is this, like a sport drink holder?
No, a speaker.
Oh, a speaker. Okay.
Yeah, it's a crappy one, apparently. I'm going to send it back.
First, get a picture of it.
Yeah.
I love this little stuff like that. You do that quite nicely. And then not losing the top is brilliant. We're going to lose the bottom down here. That looks like it to me there. We're going to lose the bottom down in this dark red and dark blue. But when you leave that top right there, you've defined the shape of the object for us. Our brain instantly knows. And it doesn't have to be that much. I also like the way that it dips down into the orange here and then comes back under here. There's a lot of neat lines happening to the light here.
Yeah, it was a fun one to shoot.
Yeah, very good, sir. Very good.
Got my
Gretchen.
scream out again.
I don't know, Gretchen here. Oh, we got the egg and looks like pencil shavings. So we've got all this rough texture down here. We got the leg or the egg coming in, and we got a very light mixed texture in the back as well. Gretchen, I think it might be a little bright because we're getting that highlight and it's matching this highlight. And I'd like to have one of these. I would bring, honestly, I think I would bring these down in Lightroom so that we're not pushing the edge of the edge of our highlights here so high in this, and let the egg go ahead and maintain that very high highlight. So if we're going to have a highlight, let's have it on the subject rather than the background. Very good.
Beautiful.
Yes, it is. Sandra Hemming. Yep. Beautiful shot, Sandra. Is this your same light or is this window light? She may have left us. Lovely. See how the avocado is not an efficient surface, but the seed is an efficient surface. So we don't see a highlight on the avocado. We do see it on the seed. We do see it on the skin of the avocado. If you want the avocado to be brighter, but more efficient, spray it with olive oil. then you have a very, very glossy avocado. If it's too glossy and you want to bring it down, spray it with a little bit of hairspray. Just a little dab of hairspray. And you'll take some of the shine off because hairspray has a tooth to it and it'll dull it. You can even use dulling spray for that matter. Jerry Campion. There's the I don't dare click on this or we'll lose our place again. It's like soft box. Got a snoot on the back. Soft box to this side, which is all of this bright highlight here. This is just this statue reflecting that big white box to the right there. Then on the left, we've got a white card. You can see that it's doing this in there and a little bit right in there. Very nice. Jerry Campion. Very nice, Jerry.
Hey, Don, I'd like to take a minute and say thank you for doing this. I'm going to be taking off, and it's really nice to see some of these names in here I haven't seen in such a long time.
Did we get to your picture?
Yeah, you did. You're infatuated with it. You love the black and white. You said I was artistic and flamboyant and intelligent or something.
I said that?
Yeah, it must have been when you fell. Yeah.
Man, I must have hit my head really, really hard.
Anyway, I'll look
See you
forward
next
to
week,
posting
Nick.
next week.
All right, buddy.
Pardon me? We'll see you.
We'll see you next week.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Julie, another beautiful
Two in.
red. Is this onion down? This is an onion, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Wow. A lot of color there, Julie.
Yeah.
A lot of color. Really like this.
Thank you.
And I do like the fact that your depth of field seems right on this. Even though it's not right there, it really seems right on this because every time I follow a crack out, it stays in focus.
All right. I
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Thanks.
Gretchen. Clever. Texture of soap bubbles and smooth plastic. Nice. We saw this one, didn't we?
Yes.
Ling. Kit Ishimatsu. Kit was up in Salt Lake City last I heard.
Still here. Hi, Don.
Hey, there you are. This is, I love the patina of the old leather. Wow. And then the light coming underneath it into here. That just adds so much dimension to it. It's really amazing. Old shells, so they're not real shiny. I like the underside of the belt too. And you've got texture in this. You got so much texture on this picture. It's just rich. Really
Yeah, I was
rich.
hoping for the bullets to really, even though they're not too shiny, to be the shiny guys.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And you know, those are the guys those are your stars right there. The stars get a little weaker and reflection back there, but these are the two brightest. Yeah, very cool.
Thank you.
All right. That's your, oh, that's Jorge again with some texture. James Ellis. Wow, man, I really like what you did with putting a coffee cup over the edge here. Oh, we're not getting any audio there, Jim. Let's see if we can wait just a moment more for Jim. And otherwise, Jim, we will come back for you. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag Jim's picture out onto the desktop. Ah, that's how I get all my good portfolio work, by the way. All right. Jim, if you can hear me, we will come back. I've got your image snagged, so we will come back. We're going to keep moving. There's what Mike Thompson was eventually going to get to.
There it is. Yep.
All right, Jim, wave at me if you can hear me. Jim Ellis? All right, let's get back over here then. We go back to the coffee cup. All right, here's some cool things happening here. I love this shadow, this darker area coming into the lit part of the surface here. Then that little bit of light down there carries so much weight to this picture. It just instantly tells us that there's space between the edge of this board, which is super in focus, and that light, which is super not in focus, so we know there's distance. So everything works out really well. There's one area here, Jim, I would say be very careful with, and that's right here, where your wood goes up and meets the edge of this cup right there. That's called a tangent. And that little bit can help our eye lose where we are, okay? In this one, it's not that bad, but it still can be a problem. So how to fix it? Well, either bring the coffee cup out just a little bit more or push the coffee cup in just a little bit more. I like the fact that you're sort of on the edge. I think I would have taken it out over the edge just a little bit. You know, all you need is 1/8 of an inch and you've lost the tangent. These two lines meeting are the problem. But again, being real picky with it. It's a really cool shot. And keeping the bubbles on the top of the coffee, if that is coffee, if it's soda, whatever, the bubbles always make it look fresh. So good job. And up is Mike Thompson's pencil.
There's my pencil.
All right, cool. Lots of texture. And then that perfect shape is so cool. The highlight from the very shiny carbon and paint.
Yeah, my cup on the left side, I use my coffee cup as my what do you call it, bounce card. I brought in just enough just to barely light the wood,
Mm-hmm.
and I let the painted portion go black. I kind of like that.
Sure. Well, it looks very much like black and white film. Very good. Super cool. Oh, Mike Moore. Michael, you out there?
Yeah, hey Don.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good. This is obviously a grid spot.
Yeah,
Is there light going on in the grid spot, or?
yeah. I've got a little Luma cube there under it that's in the pointing, shooting light up.
Okay. That's really cool. That's a pretty cool product shot of a cool product. Yeah. How much, what was your exposure on this?
Boy, I think I was at 1/25 at about F8, and I was shooting with my 90, yeah, my 9 macro on this one. Tilt
Oh,
shift.
okay. All right. Nice.
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
I took
good.
this one out. Oh, there's the other one.
You're still shooting a lot of food, right?
Yes, sir. Except I got canceled, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm shooting for a food app. A lot of food. So I'm like, I don't know, 80, 90 a day when I shoot.
Yeah. You know, Judy went from doing that to being one of the hottest food shooters in San Francisco in a real short amount of time.
Wow.
And the way she did it, she never lost an opportunity to do something for her book. So after
Yeah.
a full day of shooting all this stuff that was left around, she would just grab it and shoot for 3 or 4 more hours just for herself.
Yeah. I do that when I'm shooting. I'll take after the last few dishes are there, I'll just take a couple shots for myself, and then
Yeah.
Yep, it's pretty cool.
Yep. Well, good for you. Good for you.
Thanks.
That's really a lovely shot. I love the highlights on the oranges. They look fresh. They look real. That's really cool.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And for those of you who haven't tried to shoot a knife yet, it's pretty tough, especially to get it so perfect like this. Wow. Nicely done, Michael.
Thank you, sir.
Mike Carpenter. Mike, are you here? Man, this is beautiful. That's beautiful, Michael.
Thank you, sir.
I thought it was 2 roses, and I realized it's one is a reflection of the other. Two,
Used a mirror instead of black plexi for that one.
yeah, 2 beautiful, totally different textures. Mirrors like gloss, and then this is look how unshiny, matte that is. You know, really nice. Great color. How did you do the color?
That's a red gel with coming through a scrim.
Okay. Now, are we looking down into the mirror?
On an angle. Yeah, it's laid out straight in front of me. I came off a little bit to the side and shot down on it a bit.
Okay, and so the gel is oblique to the surface then, right?
Yes.
Nice. Beautiful work.
Thank
Mike, I like this one even better.
Yeah, I did too. That was moving to the hard light and really kind of forcing that shadow on purpose.
Nicely
And
done.
yeah, thank you.
Timo again. Yeah, this one is yeah, I like this one better than the other one too.
Yeah.
I like the other one because it's got some great lighting things, but I just think this would be the thing I would put. This would be the one I'd put in my book. In my book. I'd put the other one on the internet and the web. Because that's going to make a heck of a print. There we go. That was Mike Carpenter's shot we looked at with the rose. So he's got his gel coming from back there. And he's stepped right in here. Yep. Ann Stephenson. If Ann is here, Ann, are you still here? Are you here at all? Really fun. Probably, knowing Ann's probably a large softbox right back here. Love the texture here of how shiny these are and how unshiny these crackers are. You know, they're very matte. And then we get a little bit of the onion, a little bit of shine in the shallots and the onions here, just a little bit. But this just changes everything to have that difference in texture. Paige Henderson. Looks like natural light, side and front. Very shallow depth of field, Paige. I'd be very hesitant to see this one. That pepper doesn't stay in focus here at all, so it's out of focus there. The only thing that's in focus is this bottom of this right here, and the bottom of that. Even up here, it's already going out of focus. It could be just a little too shallow, Paige, but love the three colors, and I like the fact that you brought this in behind the green and you brought this in behind the purple onion. I'd like to encourage you to do this again with just a bit more depth of field. And look, our depth of field, we're sharpening the tile it's sitting on. We're sharpening that, but we're losing our product. Wrong thing to give up. Nice. David Thielen. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Love it. Okay, I'm going to, is there anybody here whose picture we have not looked at?
Don,
Yeah, Don,
my
right here.
friend Ilona is
Yeah.
is there, and
Jay.
her image you haven't done.
Yeah, Don, me too.
Who's
Yeah.
Billy
I
Walker,
can do
Don.
it I could do it tonight at 6 o'clock if you like that.
Yeah. When did you get here, Jay?
I've been in and out. I
Oh,
was
okay.
here for about 40 minutes and then I had to take a call, so I'm back for a little bit.
All right.
I've got
So
another call coming up.
who else have we
Me,
got?
Don.
Ilona?
Ilona.
Mark
Jennifer.
Mark who?
Shaw.
Mark Shaw. Okay. And
Billy Walker.
Billy Walker.
Ilona?
Sheila
All
Joy.
right. All right. So let's go and find those.
Keith Kanasiak.
All right. Let's find those pictures.
Greg Gibbs.
I'm going to go down to the bottom here.
Yeah, you passed mine up a little bit. That's the shadow one.
Yeah, we went over that shot.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
Yeah. We'll get it again this evening. I want to find, because we're at an hour and a half now, and I don't want to make a video that runs longer than an hour and 40 minutes.
Don, would you mind
That makes
finding my friend Ilona's, because she's in Spain as well, so it's kind of getting on a bit
Yeah.
late, so she
Yeah,
won't be able
we're-
to come to the late one.
Can you guys see me scrolling here?
Yeah, it's a orange flower, I think, is that right?
Yeah, orange and pinkish. It should be maybe somewhere at the bottom.
Okay, here is,
Yeah, the orange
There
flower.
it is.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
there we
that
go.
one.
It's very
All
pretty.
right, let's go all the way down here. All right. Coming back up. Orange
Yeah,
flower.
here.
Yeah, there it is.
All right.
Quite lovely.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
gonna find all the pictures that we're gonna look at, and then I'll do it that way, because I don't want to come back and lose place. So who else are we looking for? Mark Shaw
Yep.
and who else?
Greg Gibbs. Billy
Ray
Walker.
Gibbs. All right, Billy Walker.
Keith Kanasiak.
I don't know if you
Keith.
can hear me.
And Keith.
Hey, Don, this is Greg Kindred. I submitted, but I sure don't see it in this group, so I must have done something wrong.
Don, can you hear me? This is Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's not in there. Mine's in there, but you skipped over it or somehow it didn't come up in the first query.
So Don, because of the way these the tagging works, I didn't realize this. Should we submit one image with a tag and then additional images without the tag for future reference?
I'd rather you just put in one image.
Okay, so don't submit the BTSs, in other words.
You can put it in your comment.
Comments.
Put it in a comment. That way it's part and parcel of your image.
Gotcha.
Yeah, see, we didn't see this image at all.
There.
Stephen Collins.
That's mine there too. The little teacup.
Oh, Mark Shaw.
Funny,
Eileen Thomas.
on my Facebook page, I can see it, but so far not here.
Is Eileen Thomas here? All right, well then what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this page.
The one that said that it wasn't there, which hashtag did you use? Did you change it to the new hashtag?
Kev Richardson? No?
Yeah,
All
if
right,
you're talking about Greg Kindred, yeah, I did change it to a new hashtag.
all right. How did I get to those guys? How many of you guys can come back this evening?
I can come back.
I
Don.
can.
I can't.
I can.
I can't.
Who can't?
Jay can.
Who said they
Mark
could
can't.
not?
Ilona.
Keith Kanasiak?
No. Keith can make it tonight.
Okay, who cannot make it tonight?
Mark Shaw.
Mark Shaw. Mark,
Ilona as well.
Alona, and okay. Mark and Alona.
And Steve Collins.
And what?
Steve Collins.
Okay, grab your images and put them in the top right now. Put them in right here at the top. Okay? And I'll be back in 2 minutes. Put them right in at the top and we'll have them. Now here's one. Here's an image. That
That's
Don, you
mine. I just put it back in.
did not see it.
Don.
Yeah.
And you were opening new tabs on every image that you missed the first time. So look at the top of your browser and you've got tabs open for like me and
I just
For
did
me
that.
as well. Yeah.
I just now did that. So yours are there. Whoever I'm missing, get it into the top here. We've got
no, that's
a food photo, we've got Stephen Collins, and we've got Ilona. All right, 2 minutes, guys. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. right. All right, beautiful. This is Alona.
Yes.
And we're on black plexi.
Actually, it was slightly shiny paper, glossy paper, black glossy paper.
Uh-huh. Wow. You know what's really cool is how you got the light all the way down to the paper. And then it's a little bit brighter up here. Is this a spotlight?
Yes, I used a video light going through diffuser,
Uh-huh.
and I had black boards all around it, side and front. I mean back, and up front I held a white card to get a little more light at the bottom.
That's really beautiful what that white card's doing in here.
Thank
Look
you.
at that right there. Little bits of light. This is where the magic happens in these photographs, folks. It's in this little dark edge against the brighter behind. And the only way you can do that is with light, and light being subtle and interesting in and of itself. I love the backlit flower petals up here. This is just a beautiful shot, Alona.
Thank you very much.
This would make a spectacular print.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, nice big old 24 by 24. Wow. This is not a very big flower, right?
No, it was probably 3 inches big, 3 by 3, not even, actually less.
Yeah. So if you made it 24 by 24, you'd making it 8 or 10 times bigger than it normally is.
I'll try that. That's interesting. Thank
That'd
you.
be very cool. Love it. All right. So did we get? Oh, also beautiful.
Yeah, there was another one.
Also beautiful. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to go back to the page here, and we're going to grab, see if we got anything here on the page. We're going to grab Stevens here in a minute. There we go. All right, thanks, Mark. Be right there. Stephen Collins, you found him.
Yes. It took a long time, but yes.
Where were they, man? Did Michelle take them?
They had gotten underneath the couch. I don't know how they got there, but it might have been one of the cats playing with them.
Yeah, obviously. Shale? Slate? What?
Slate.
Slate?
Yep.
Neat. And this is only one light. So this highlight is coming from here. That is the underside, inside of the marble reflecting that light source.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very cool. I can't really tell on my monitor here, but that marble does look pretty sharp, right?
Oh yeah, it's tack sharp.
Okay.
You start to lose on the right where your pen is now. You start to lose because it actually picked up some of the texture of the slate on that at about 2 o'clock inside the
Okay.
marble.
Probably from this lit slate on that side bouncing up to the inside of the marble.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah.
Very cool. What lens?
It's actually 24-70 on my Z.
But where in that?
Actually, I was probably about 70 millimeters on this.
70? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Nicely done, man.
Thank you, sir.
Very nicely done. And is this person here the Food Photo Life?
Hi, Don. It's Jennifer. I'm here.
Hi, it's Jennifer.
Yeah.
Okay. Really like this, Jennifer.
Oh, thank you.
This back, is this a hand painted backdrop?
It's not. It's one I purchased.
What I like about it is so much is this warm pinkish color back here and up here against the cool dark woods. And it just seems to make the white, the pure white, just pop off the page.
Yeah. The only
What was
struggle I
your-
had was getting this plate on the left-hand side. It looks like it's kind of tilted, so I don't know if that's just how I had my camera position.
You're using a like a 24 to 120 lens or 24 to 80?
Yeah, it was 24 to 70,
24 to 70, and you're out at about 24 to 28.
probably.
Yep. So that is distortion. It's doing it to this, you just can't see it as well.
Right.
Yep. It's this, you're pulling this down. If you want a more natural look, and this is the choice, I'm not saying that's right, this is wrong at all. What I'm saying is if you want a more natural feel to your corners, you've got to get up around 45 to 60.
Okay.
Um,
That's good. Thank you.
Yep. And you stay in that range and everything should look way better. Because when you're out at 24, you really are pulling the corners.
Yeah, it kind of
and-
makes sense. I usually use a 50 or a 105. And so,
Yeah, 105 is going to, once you pass the 50 to 60 mark, you're not going to have that kind of distortion anymore. But what will happen is you'll start to foreshorten things,
Right.
kind of compress them a little bit. Everything we do is a choice, it's always a choice. So very good.
Thank you.
Very good. All right. And so we're going to go back here. We're going to refresh this page and we're going to go see Mark Shaw. Mark, how you doing, buddy?
Good. There you are.
Yeah.
And Walker's just above that one, Don.
Yep. I'll go right up to Billy after this. This is these little.
And I'm right below Mark.
All right. And what do we have here, Mark? Are these real ice cubes? Are they
acrylic?
Acrylic? Doing a pretty good job here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. And you steered clear of a tangent here, didn't you? Look at that. You got that glass going right up above that one. This one's coming down. And is that really the corner back there? Because that's cool if it is.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. That's, why let it run on forever? Show the eye where it's over, and coming back. Looks really good. Do you have anything behind the liquor, or is this just the ice lighting up itself?
That's the ice light. I do have a white card on camera, right?
Interesting. I'm not seeing it necessarily.
No, but what I've got on camera left is I got a nice big soft box, and then I use Translume as a scrim. And then to get this shot, I just put a small yellow gel right in front of the Translume to give it that tone.
Oh, okay. So that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing the gel.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that much in this glass, which is going to be hard to do unless you do two separate shots and then composite them.
Yeah.
But on this, it'd be easy because all you'd have to do is cut out the middle part of the ice, from that ridge down and just move it over. Make sure that your ice in neither shot came up to the ridge here. Then it wouldn't make any difference. You can just swap back and forth all day.
Hey, Don.
Yeah.
I think with the left-hand glass, it looks a little bit better because of the ice also sitting down at the bottom. You're getting a little bit of a tangent out of the ice sitting up towards the top there. And then on the right glass, it appears that all the ice is floating.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's true. Is that an ice we're just not seeing the shape of it there?
No, I think what I heard was just correct. Yeah.
Artificial ice does float.
Yep.
Yep. Don't let them float. Fill it so it goes all the way down to the bottom. You don't want any naked bourbon down here.
Okay.
Naked bourbon's bad.
But it's a nice shot.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's got a lot more going for it than against it. So yeah, take that any day, right?
Thank you, Don.
You betcha. Billy Walker did a. What do you say? You did a. How many steps?
It's 24 images focus stack.
Focus stack. Okay. And I take it this is window light.
No, actually, it's a single softbox.
Oh, okay. Wow, looks great. Looks like a giant window, which of course is what a softbox is supposed to be. Very cool. And we got a card up front. There's a lot of blue in the picture. So there's blue in this highlight. Is that from your processing, or is
That's probably because I screwed up and didn't process it correctly.
well, there's blue in the green. Do you see the green stems? Do you see the blue in them? Lots of blue in that green.
Yeah.
And then that in the blue in the highlight, what I think is happening is that there's so much blue on this tablecloth that by the time that white card is bouncing back,
It's blue. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's an error on my part.
Yeah. Luckily, we can fix it these days.
I just buy a roll of new film.
No, put it in Lightroom and get rid of the blue.
Capture One, you mean?
Or Capture One, whichever one you use. Yep. And pull that blue out. And that's going to make, by the way, that's going to make the red just explode. Because right now the red's got a lot of blue in it as well. So, good shot. I like the simplicity of the shot. And I really like that you kept all your focus through here with the focus stacking. It's really nice. Which lens did you use to focus stack, sir?
It's a 50 millimeter Zeiss.
Very nice. Oh, that's a hell of a sharp lens. Hell of a sharp lens.
Yeah, it's a 2.0.
Yep, great lens. Sheila Joy.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Awesome. This is fun. It's been a while.
Yeah. And some nice warm highlights in here. A lot of blues and the blueberries. I would sneak a little bit more warmth into your burlap to pull the blues of the berries forward, you know?
I could try that.
Yeah, just a little bit of you know, again, if it starts to look like you made it orange, then you went too far. Just want a little bit of warmth to it.
Cool.
Very cool. Who's under here? Joey Garcia. Is Joey here? Mark Manning. Oh, that's nice, Mark. Are you here, Mark? All right. For those of you who came in late, we are pushing 2 hours here. So I'm going to call it at this point and come back at 6, and we will finish it up. We looked at everybody's pictures, whether you were here or not. So I will get this thing processing over at YouTube. That'll take a good 40 minutes for it to process. And then we will get it up here on Facebook. I'll get it over on YouTube, and then I'll put the link here on Facebook, and you can go in and see what we said about your pictures. What a lovely group of pictures. I love it. And I will be back here at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we'll see you then. So everybody have a great one.
Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Good one, guys.